We are good.
All right. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us on this Wednesday afternoon. We are very excited to be here. This is our 5th buyer webinar in a series we've been doing. We'd love to have your feedback and know what topics are you interested in? What questions do you have about real estate? My name is Kelie Gray, and I have been a broker with Summit Real Estate for a very long time. And I'd love for my team to introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Isabel Rawson, and I've been a broker with Summit Real Estate for 4 years.
Hey guys, I'm Trisha Moore, and I have been with Summit Real Estate for 5 years.
Hi there, I'm Deena Heppner, and I've been a real estate broker with Summit Real Estate for 4 years.
Awesome. Thanks for joining me, ladies. Our topic today is exploring the details in the MLS. There's a lot of information in there, and when you're receiving the information, it can sometimes be confusing. So we hope that we're going to clear some of that up for you. General property information, the ins and outs, taxes, HOA fees, all of the money involved, and the land. So Isabel, would you like to start us off?
Sure, I'd love to. Thanks, Kelie. So, when a new property pops up on the market, you'll get an email from one of us. And when you click on that link, it'll take you to this page right here that you see. And that just kind of gives you a brief overview of the details of the property. But what we're going to work off of today is the client full report. And you can change that setting up in the upper right. And this is what we will print out for you when we actually go and tour the property in person. So we'd like to get you accustomed to this view. So right there at the top, it gives you a brief overview of the price you've got, or of the property, sorry. You've got the price right there and the price per square foot. A little higher up, sorry about that, Kelie, I skipped over, but it tells you the property type. So whether it's a condo, a townhome, duplex, or single family, that'll be noted right there.
Okay.
Then we have the bedroom count and the bathroom count. And I kind of wanted to go over that bathroom count with you. So of course, every bathroom will have a sink and a toilet. But what we consider a full bathroom is that it has a tub and a shower. A 3/4 bathroom will have a shower, and then that half bath is just a powder room.
Gotcha.
A little bit under that, most of our properties here are second homeowners. So when they're selling, it'll give you details on whether it comes furnished or unfurnished. And so the the options that you see there are either unfurnished, partially furnished, mostly furnished, or fully furnished.
And what is the difference between all of those? What does that mean?
Of course, right. So fully furnished is everything that's in the unit that you see, minus the seller's personal belongings, will be left most likely with the unit. Mostly furnished is those big ticket items like the couches and dressers and beds. Partially furnished usually is that clunky couch that no one wants to move or get rid of. And then unfurnished is nothing left in the unit but the unit itself.
And furnishings are negotiable typically, right?
Yes, they are.
Okay. Good, good. What else can you tell us about the nitty-gritty up here, Isabel?
Of course, the loft. So a lot of times people will say, I need 3 bedrooms. Well, what does that really mean? Do you need 3 bedrooms for sleeping areas? Or do you need that for like a study or an office? And a loft can play into that bedroom count. So most of the time with the condos, you'll see loft is included in the bedroom count. And so that's something to keep in mind when you're looking over this, whether you need that true full enclosed bedroom or if the loft will suffice.
Okay, great.
Pets allowed. We are so pet friendly here in Summit County. And so that's something of great importance to glance over. Those options will either say yes, pets allowed, no, not allowed, or owners only. And most of the time you'll see owners only. And what that means is that when you purchase the unit, you and your furry friend can come up, but if you rent it out, they won't be able to bring theirs.
And we would say that that's pretty typical for most condo and townhome complexes across the board in Summit County, is that pets generally are allowed for homeowners, but not for their guests or their renters.
Right.
Correct. And then the last little nitty gritty great tidbit is the remarks. And so this is where the listing broker will highlight what makes the property so unique and special, whether it's been updated or it's original mint condition. And so this is kind of glancing over that. This is what gets people in the door, whether they want to check the unit out in person or not.
Awesome. It's kind of like the first showing is this information in the online presence. And this information is subject to the seller giving the listing broker information, and then the listing broker, like Trisha on this one, this is a listing of hers that is under contract, yay, putting it in the MLS. So ask questions, we can verify information. We want to know what of these things that you are most interested in. Awesome, thank you, Isabel.
Of course.
Appreciate that. If you're just joining us, we'd love to hear where you're listening, watching from. If you want to interact with us, please feel free to click the Zoom link below. Brandy's going to put that on there. And we're going to do a little drawing this time. So we want to know what you guys want to hear about in our real estate webinars. What questions do you have? What subject matters could we cover that would be helpful for you? So give us your comments either on Facebook or via Zoom. And the topic that we pick next, the winner will get a gift card to a local spot. Kind of fun. Okay, next, Trisha, the ins and outs, appliances, utilities, laundry, parking, all very important, but not very glamorous things, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Maybe not the most glamorous, but important information. What's the home made out of? What's the roof made out of? What do the utilities look like? And that's one section that we frequently get questions on. This particular listing, they knew exactly what the water and gas and electric and sewer would look like. So we put those numbers in there. However, you'll sometimes see zero listed there, $0, and that may be an indication that the HOA covers that portion, or maybe they just don't know. Maybe they have had renters in there and they're not sure. Either way, something to double check on, and Deena will touch a little bit more on that when she talks about the HOA section. I would say the two portions of this section that we get the most questions on are laundry and parking. Laundry, because a lot of our condos will have common area laundry. They don't necessarily have laundry in the unit, so that's important to people. And then when it comes to the parking situation, it's really just could be a ton of different things. There may be multiple things listed there. Could be surface parking where, you know, unassigned, you just park wherever you can. Could be underground parking garage, an assigned spot, could be covered, a 1, 2, or 3 car garage. So those are definitely important factors to take a look at when you're searching.
The parking options typically get a little bit more plentiful and nicer as we go up in price point, right?
Yes. Yes.
Trish, you mentioned half car additional on this listing of yours. What does that mean?
Right. So not a 2-car garage, not necessarily, you couldn't fit 2 cars in there tandem. However, this one has extra space in the back. It's kind of like a 1.5. So you could put a workbench back there, or storage for your toys, a motorcycle, maybe smart car, maybe a tiny car, but probably not.
Like a little Tykes plastic car.
Yes. Yeah. That's more at speed. Mm-hmm.
Every bit of storage counts around here, right?
You bet.
Awesome. Thank you, Trisha.
Mm-hmm. My pleasure.
Deena, what would you like to talk to us about today? HOA, taxes, all of those
Oh,
signs.
I love to talk about HOA and taxes. Yay, fun stuff. So the first line you'll see in this section is going to show you how much the taxes were for 2019. You'll see the tax year on the next line, and then transfer tax. A lot of our towns in Summit County have transfer tax. For instance, Copper and Keystone both have, Breckenridge and Breckenridge and Frisco both have 1% transfer tax.
Within the town limits.
Within the town limits. And then Keystone in River Run has 2% transfer tax. Copper Mountain has 1.5% transfer tax. And then your next line is the resort neighborhood fee. This fee is paid annually. And in Copper and Keystone, you will typically see this resort neighborhood fee.
Okay.
Back to transfer tax, I didn't mention that fee is a one-time fee paid at closing, and it is negotiable within the contract.
Okay. But one-time meeting with every purchase and resale.
Correct.
That is due to the towns. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then you'll see on your next line, it says assessments. Most of the time it says an unknown. However, if there are any special assessments due within the HOA, it will be listed here if any are known. And then the next line goes over the association fee. And this can be paid monthly, quarterly, or yearly. It's good to pay attention to if it is paid quarterly, it can look like a huge amount. However, if you break that down to monthly, it's the same amount as most monthly charges. Get that question a lot, especially with Copper Mountain properties. Copper is very known to be listing their HOA dues quarterly. And then the next line goes over, what do those HOA dues cover? Most commonly, HOA dues cover common area maintenance, insurance, snow removal, trash pickup, water, sewer, and cable. Sometimes it will cover everything, your gas, your electric, even your Wi-Fi. It's great when that happens. You have no additional bills. And so if you do want to know what your actual monthly charges will be, this section and then also Trisha's section will tell you all of those upfront costs.
So besides your principal and interest payments, your average monthly utilities, the taxes and the association fees, resort neighborhood fee, if there is one, that's probably going to be an annual fee, but breaking it down into a monthly cost, so you really know what your out-of-pocket expenses are going to be for the month, is always a good thing. Awesome. Anything else about money, taxes, HOA, resort fees?
No, there is the right of first refusal. Some condo complexes have a certain amount of days that after you go under contract, that somebody that currently owns in that complex can step in and buy the property for the same amount that you're under contract on.
Which is, sounds kind of scary. And it's hard to believe that there are still some condo complexes out there that have this in their homeowners association documents. But if the complex that you're looking at has that, we will give you more information and cross that bridge when we take a look at properties. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to talk about the land and what comes with it. Please let us know what you guys are interested in hearing about next time. doing a little drawing. We'd love to hear what your connection to Summit County is. Do you currently own here? Are you looking to move up? Are you looking to move out of the area? Is this your primary residence? And during COVID, you realized that you maybe need a bigger yard or a bigger garage or more spaces for everybody to do their thing. So we'd love to schedule a one-on-one buyer consult or seller consult with any of you. Quick, we just want to talk to you more and learn about what your dreams and goals are, because that will help us point you in the right direction. Okay, I am going to finish up with land information. This last section here, the area talks about where it's located, which it does up top as well. Approximate lot acreage. This particular one, townhouse in Wilderness, says 0.04 acres. That's not very big.
How much?
0.04. So typically with a condominium, you do not own any of the land underneath you. With a townhome like this one, you do own land underneath you and maybe a couple feet outside of the exterior walls. A duplex, which is two halves, you have one shared wall, you get a little bit more land. And then the most acreage that you're going to see with property types here in Summit County is single family homes and vacant land. You can have lots and lots of acreage with some ranch parcels. So this will tell you essentially how close your neighbors might be, right? The smaller the number, the closer they might be. So those are good numbers to look at, especially if you are looking at single family homes. Water source, sewer source, again, things that with condo and townhome complexes, not going to make a difference, as typically those things are covered in your HOA dues. But if you are buying a single family home, not everything in Summit County is connected to district or city water and sewer. There are a lot of properties, even in town, that are on a well and septic. So that's important to note with the single family, because it's just going to change the dynamic of your ownership. And instead of having quarterly payments to the water and sewer company, you're going to have your own well to be responsible for, which we recommend having inspected and tested when you are buying a property, and having the septic system inspected and taken care of regularly and pumped. So those are good things to look at when you are purchasing a single family home. The view is also in this last section, and that is very subjective, we have come to find over the years. Those of us that have been here for a while, we got a buyer that says, I want a great view. And what a great view is to me is different than it might be to Trisha or Deena or Isabel. Coming from flatlands, just having lots and lots of trees and rolling hills and not majestic mountain peaks, not everybody considers that a wonderful view. So it's very subjective, but a good place to look to see what kind of view this property has. Like this one is south facing. That's good to know. For those people that want a light and bright property, south facing is going to give us good info on that. Lastly, in this section, days on the market is right down here. And this is actually a few days old, but it was on the market 2 days when it went under contract, right, Trish?
Correct.
So DOM stands for days on the market, and that tells us how long has it been for sale. That can give us some insight into possibly the seller's motivation. It's just one piece of the puzzle when we look at a property and what to offer, what is it worth.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of, that's it, the MLS in a snapshot there, digging through those details. We can tweak these any way that you want to. If you absolutely must have at least a one-car garage, we can enter that in your MLS search. If you don't care about parking, then we'll leave that open, because the more open and less restrictions we put on your search, the more options that are going to pop up. Girls, what would you say other things are that people, maybe we set them up on their initial search, they take a look, and then they come back and say, oh, I really need 3 bedrooms instead of 2. Or I find a lot it's square footage with some smaller properties and even big ones. Like, I don't want a monster of a house. So I think square footage is one that people come back after the fact and change or want to tweak and see differently.
I would say areas of Summit County as well. Maybe we're casting a wide net at the beginning. Let's just look at everything. And then once you start to look, you really narrow it down and say, I know I want to be in Frisco or Silverthorne.
Right. And we can help point you in the right direction for that.
I see a lot of people wanting to get into just new construction at first and then open it up to properties that are a little older.
Right. Because back to year built, it might be, 50 years old. And then we look back to the remarks to see if it's been completely remodeled.
Right.
Yes. Wonderful. Well, thank you for joining us today, everybody. Again, we'd love to hear more about what you're looking for in Summit County, and we would be happy to point you in the right direction. We want to hear more about you and what you're looking for and what you would like to hear about next. What do you want us to chat about? What are your questions? What would be a good webinar topic? Let us know, and the one that we pick will get a fun gift card to a local spot. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, my wonderful team here at Summit Real Estate, for joining us. And our next webinar is going to be in August. No, July, end of July. Stay tuned for that. We still have to figure it out.
30th, maybe?
30th, maybe? Mm-hmm. Yes, Thursday, April, gosh, July.
I believe it's July.
It's July. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.
Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.